Good day, everyone. I am Arvin Joshua P. Berlongo from the University of the Philippines, Los Baños, and also from Sprout Up Philippines, which is a youth serving organization in the Philippines. We are presenting our paper entitled Recipes from Students to Residents, Making Local Cuisines Superfood-Enriched through Microgreens Incorporation in Communities in Laguna. I am here together in this paper with Assistant Professor Maria Fatima O. Mercado from the Institute of Crop Science, College of Agriculture, University of the Philippines, Los Baños. This is a part of our project, which is entitled Increasing Community and Youth Sector Capacity to Produce and Utilize Microgreens for Household Food Security in the province of Laguna. So, just to give you an overview of what the project is all about, here is our general objective to implement, document, and evaluate trainings on microgreens production and utilization in communities, barangays, and schools. Then we also have these specific objectives to equip community members and the youth with basic knowledge and skills in microgreens production and utilization. The next is to instill them the value of growing their own food hyper locally, which is the practice of growing food closer to where it will be consumed. And of course, to introduce microgreens as a source of livelihood to community members and the youth. If you were not knowledgeable about microgreens, this is actually the core mission of our project, which is to introduce this emerging commodity to the Filipino food plate. So for the past year, we have been doing activities in line with microgreens, and we actually presented a portion of our pre-testing data during the 10th Malikhaing Guro International Conference as well. So this is the mission to introduce microgreens to the Filipino food plate. Just last July, we also actually released or was able to publish in a journal a review article about introducing microgreens to the Filipino food plate. So in line with the decreasing arable lands, the increasing threat of climate change, and also the increasing world population, there comes the technology in controlled environment agriculture. And in line with that, under controlled environment agriculture, are microgreens. So microgreens is uh, a commodity that is being harvested earlier, let's say for example within just 7 to 14 days, and then they are already being consumed after that. So this is not just like sprouts, or in the Filipino culture we call them toge, or this is also like the bean sprouts on top of some of the Vietnamese and also Thai cuisines. So the microgreens has already a two true leaves. So that is the distinction between microgreens and also the sprouts. And we are introducing it to the Filipino food plate. So our project covers communities here in Laguna at first to propel this advocacy forward. The project spearheaded an exploration of recipes incorporating microgreens through ideation among students from the Los Baños Senior High School and the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. So this is the reason why we are also partnering with different organizations or student organizations and also universities and schools in order for us to have those critical and young minds to also contribute in this endeavor. So the task of the students here is to actually incorporate microgreens, which is a lesson that they are learning when we are conducting our outreach programs, to some of the Filipino dishes that we have. So these are just some, and we will give you a picture of this as we move forward. So for the methodological framework, so the high school students and the university students write and design these different the recipes that they have. They are tasked to also create a guide on how to create these different recipes. And then from the recipes, it is being used as a material for cooking demos in some of our outreach programs. So we are using the cooking guides or the recipes to also give idea to the other beneficiaries. That is the reason why this is called recipes from students to residents. And we are designing a brochure, and this is also being posted as infographics in the Facebook page of our project and also in our personal Facebook pages. So it must also be noted that the students are the ones who grew their own microgreens for their recipes. So we are not just empowering students to research about a specific recipe, but instead we are giving them the full experience when it comes to developing their recipes. So since microgreens can develop within just less than a week, so they have ample time to grow their own microgreens and at the same time harvest it and transform them into a delicious recipe. So here are some of the pictures that we have. These are of the university students and the high school students who have taken their part in this project. So we have here students from Agro 170 from the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. And here are some pictures of the students from Los Baños Senior High School and some of the other students as well from from other schools. So this is another food festival that we had. So for the next slides, we will be showing the different recipes that some of our students created. So we have here the Donpi microgreens pork roll. So this is somehow similar to the inoki roll that we have in our samgyeopsal here in the Philippines. We also have our biscuit canapes with mung bean microgreens here. So this is such a creative uh, creation from our students. And it is really easy to prepare. It's just preparing a biscuit and then topping it with some of our fresh produce. The next is tokwa with munggo microgreens in oyster sauce. So we also have scrambled eggs with mung bean microgreens. So yeah, this is actually one of the first recipes that I also did back when I was in undergraduate. In my case, I think I used sunflower microgreens to be incorporated with scrambled eggs. We also have lumpiang Shanghai with mung bean microgreens. We also have ginisang paayap microgreens. So these are just microgreens that are sautéed. And this is paayap. Paayap is cowpea. We also have achara with tapilan microgreens. So here they also use tapilan microgreens. Tapilan, its common name is rice bean, known as Vigna umbellata in the scientific world. So it was used here, incorporated in achara. We also have ginisang munggo with tapilan microgreens as well. And this is one of the creative outputs of our university students, which is yung tortang tapilan microgreens. So this is like a vegetable pancake wherein it is also incorporated with different veggies such as carrots and also sayote. And then we also have tapilan microgreens out there. And of course, we have the veggie salad with corn microgreens. So corn microgreens is also possible. It is advised that when you grow corn microgreens, you must not let it photosynthesize. So it means you need to grow it in the dark instead of exposing it to light. This is because it will create a more of a sweet taste for our corn microgreens. These are some of the infographics as an output from Los Baños Senior High School. We have the micro balls. So these are microgreens as well. So it is just a meatball, and then it was incorporated with microgreens. We also have Bicol Express. So Bicol Express in the Philippines is really known for its really spicy taste. So here is a twist that the students had. So they cooked the Bicol Express with microgreens. We also have here mayo salad, microgreens. So this is just mung bean microgreens, and then all of the other ingredients such as corn, pepper, crackers, the carrot, the cucumber, tomato, and salt were all just mixed together. And then there you have it, your mayo salad microgreens. We also have lumpiang Shanghai with microgreens and crispy sisig tofu microgreens. So this is an example of a recipe that was developed from rice bean or tapilan microgreens. So this is ginisang munggo and rice bean microgreens. So there you have it. You have the seeds of mung bean sauteed and then incorporated within it are rice bean microgreens. So these recipes are also being used by the project to reach into other beneficiaries such as mothers, even persons with disabilities and solo parents. We had partnerships with different organizations that cater to this different people. So we have here a cooking demo and also a consultation with our project leader, Assistant Professor Maria Fatima Mercado. So they were also taught how to grow microgreens and how to use microgreens in their own homes. So for the ways forward, we are looking forward to have a microgreen recipe booklet. So we are developing this for future distribution and future outreach activities. Also, we are aiming to create a video version of the recipes to guide the audiovisual learners, not only parents, but even the students in their own dormitories, since they can also grow microgreens. And of course, the publication and production of brochures. If you want to know what our project does, so you can follow us here in our Facebook page, UPLB CAF's iCrops Microgreens Project. Our mission is to empower Filipinos for food and nutrition security, one community at a time. Again, thank you. I am Arvin Joshua P. Barlongo, the founder and president of Sprout Up Philippines. And together with our partnership with Assistant Professor Maria Fatima O. Mercado of the UPLB CAF's iCrops Microgreens Project, thank you very much.